Greetings and salutations, my operators, and welcome back to Fate Grand Order Lost Belt number 6, Avalon the Fae. Last time, Morgan got killed? I failed my challenge run, because I thought it was just like a mid-boss fight, wasn't her final fight, so I kind of like, I'll just reset. Yeah, who cares? No, that was her last stand. Unexpected. Truly unexpected. So, yeah, we're now, at a post-Morgan world. And we have no answers for Ryan Gomenod. Babon Sith got thrown down to the pit, where she apparently is going to awaken Cyrano's, the Celtic god. Yeah, and that's how that's going, apparently. So let's continue with the interlude, apparently. Interlude. Today is the 45th day of our covert operation off Britain's coast. I have called you all here for one reason alone. The time has come for us to decide whether to leave this lost belt, or lost world, according to our technical advisor's reports, and return to standard space. Or to muster everything we've got and send additional forces, myself and god damn it. I looked up how it's pronounced, I can't remember what it is now. Mionia, to aid the field team's efforts. But, fortunately, we just received a new report from Typhoon with excellent news, Captain, if you would. Get it. Restoring power to the command room. Well, the lights are back on? Then, does that mean... That's right, my boy. Mission complete. Morgan is officially out of the picture. Bill Draco, Da Vinci, and Kira Light really came through. What's more, the fairies were so impressed with our accomplishments, that they agreed to give us one of Camelot's Rangomonods. Woohoo! I can't believe we're gonna get the real thing instead of just a spell! Now the board's finally gonna have a main cannon. We can't wait to be the gunners. Alright, but only 4 of you. You can draw lots later to decide who will be. Aron Gomenod main cannon. And as the director, it will be my duty to pull the final trigger. Okay, Gordov, let's not get ahead of ourselves. That said, I can't stop grinning either. I've always dreamed of having a huge cannon on the deck. Yes, good point. At first I thought I'd like to build it into the bow. But on further consideration, that seems extremely unsafe. Much better to add to the deck, since we just jettisoned it at a moment's notice. But never mind that now. According to the report, it will take them 7 days to reach the shore from Camelot. We'll wait here until then. After they arrive, we can leave. That's why I had Captain turn the lights on in the command room. Now that we no longer have to conserve as much power as possible in case of emergency, we get by with only more energy conservation. I know it's been a trying 45 days for all of you, so now's your chance to recuperate while we prepare to install our Rangomonod. Is something the matter, Administrative Advisor? Most people would consider this cause for celebration, you know. Well, Raj, I feel like I should let you know something you don't seem to be aware of. That face you're making right now, you may as well be shouting. It feels like this case only has just begun. Thank you for the warning, Gordolf. Watson used to tell me much the same thing. However, I'm afraid you're not quite correct. This is no mere feeling. I assure you, this case has only just begun. Really? Even though we defeated the Lost Belt's king? We still have yet to answer so much as one truly essential question, Director. How did this Lost Belt come into being? Why was Camelot built? What purpose were the Bells of Pilgrimage originally meant to serve? What is the Ferry of Paradise's mission? And what happened to the Great Calamities? The Red Calamity and Black Calamity that ended Britain during the first iteration of the Fey era, before Morgan's involvement. For that matter, who was it that originally attempted Britain's destruction? If the unnatural lines of malice I've glimpsed in Da Vinci's reports are any indication, the true culprit, no, the truth itself, still lies elsewhere. Rest assured, I'm all in favor of restoring the power and recuperating, but not for the purpose of returning home. No, now we must remain all the more vigilant and prepare for the worst case scenario. From here on, this will be a battle to save the world, and Chaldea's aid will be essential. Someone's gonna get poisoned. They've alluded to it too much. It feels like we got back to Salisbury in no time. I know. But between the talks we had in Camelot about our next steps and the wagon ride here, it's already been 3 days. So far, everything's been going smoothly. Wherever we've gone, fairies have come out to cheer for us. Parkes is staying behind in Camelot to handle things with the upper-class fairies as Narab's proxy. Percival is staying behind as well, so he can secure the sacred lands affixed to the castle's entrance for us. That'll take 1 more day to remove, then another 3 days to bring it back to the Stormboar stationed off the coast. Although, I'm a little worried about him. He said he's doing fine, but... yeah, he seems kind of... dragging. Even when we insisted he'd get some rest, he said it was more important that he pay us back for what we done. I mean, it's true we don't have a lot of time left to spare, so I can't deny that it'll help us out, but still. Oh, I know. After he brings us the Sacred Lands, we should give him a turn in one of the Border's recovery pods. If a full course of cutting-edge medical technology doesn't perk him up, nothing will. Besides, he could probably use it anyway, since it sounds like he's been working non-stop since he started the Round Table Army. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Think you could give Habitrot a spin in one of those recovery pod things too? She insists she's just sleepy, but I can tell she's been getting more depressed by the day since Morgan was defeated. All she does is sleep and write in her diary, day in and day out. Hell, even now she won't budge from her bed upstairs. I can only guess she's beyond exhausted. Altria, I gotta ask, are you sure about this? I get following Morgan's example by having the coronation at Salisbury Cathedral. Then again, you said you were gonna let Knocknara take the throne and go back to Tyntagle. And now it's all but a done deal that she's gonna be the next queen. How can you just give up your claim to the throne after everything I did to help you get there? Sure, it's great that the clans came to an agreement so quick since the Child of Prophecy suggested it. What still? I know, but this is what's best for Britain's future. The only reason I'm still here is because Avalon gave his life to save mine. If it wasn't for him, my journey would have ended there. In the end, I never came close to reaching Morgan's level. Maybe I'd feel differently if I'd been the one to defeat her. But it was the Rebel army that did that. Percival led the Round Table army, and it was Narab who assembled the army of the Northern Fairies. Me? I just went straight for the glory, and you saw how that went. But honestly, I don't know the first thing about politics. So letting Narab be the next queen, and retiring to an easier life in my hometown seems like a no-brainer. I can almost hear everyone's cheers of, "Great job, Child of Prophecy," right now. Oh gosh, you're in a good mood, aren't you, Child of Prophecy? And why wouldn't you be? You really did it. All thanks to Da Vinci. Here you go, 6 deluxe apple waters. Thanks, Mike. Wow, thanks, Mike. Wow, I keep adding S's where they shouldn't be, or removing them. Thanks, Mike. You know, I just realized there aren't any other customers here. There a reason for that? Oh, that? I reserved the whole place for you guys after Redrabet told me you were coming. If the other fairies found out the Child of Prophecy was coming here, the place would be back to the rafters. Especially since there are fairies here from all across Britain to see the next queen's coronation. And I've got a feeling you don't much care for crowds, right, Altria? So I thought you'd feel more comfortable if it were just you guys here. Hehehe. Well, you're not wrong. Thanks, Mike. Okay, everyone. Let's toast to our victory. All together now. Cheers. Ah, that victory toast might be the best thing ever. Congratulations on a job well done, everyone. Thanks, Altria. However it went down. Now that Morgan's gone, we don't have to worry about proper human history being evaded. And this Britain should remain safe and stable, at least until the bleached Earth phenomenon situation is resolved. I don't know what will happen after that. Maybe it'll stack on top of proper human history, or maybe it'll be expelled from the planet. But if nothing else, we can be sure the fairies won't disappear. We're also thinking about using the Stormboard to help some of them migrate. This does mean we'll be going our separate ways, but I know things will be fine with you and Reb here. And once Chaldeus handles his own problem, our leaders will come back to pay their respects. Huh? You mean you're leaving Da Vinci? Yeah, after the coronation. Besides, I've got a ton of work waiting for me back at the border. But I have nothing planned for today, so if there's anything you want to ask me about, now's your chance. Oh, I know. I'll make a roadmap for the next few years of your pub's growth. All you have to do is follow it, and this place will become the best hotel this side of Camelot. You got the genius guarantee on that. Wow, really? That sounds amazing! I guess I'm gonna have lots of new goals then. I can't wait. I can't wait. So, Mash, what did you and Vargas talk about earlier? Oh, right. We had a short chat just before we left Camelot. I've been entrusted with handling the aftermath here in Camelot. Percival and Knocknareb's subordinates will be the ones making the decisions. But I should be more persuasive with the ambassadors and officials who have yet to get on board with the new administration.
As for Sprigga and Aurora, they've both agreed to support the Child of Prophecy's choice for the new queen. I'm concerned that we haven't heard from Murian, but I doubt that'll be a major issue. Understood. This may sound strange coming from me, but I'm glad you're here to helping us. There's no need to thank me. This is all I can do to be useful. Though I must ask, why do you look at me like that? I'm a criminal and a traitor to the crown. I don't deserve to call myself a knight. That's not true, Bargus. You're an exemplary knight. Your loyalty to Morgan never wavered, even for a moment. But you stood up to fight her in the name of protecting Britain. That must have been a very difficult choice.
Well.
You're not the first knight I've known to make a choice like that. Which is why I'm so glad to see the rebel army welcome you with open arms. You wield your sword for others' sake, not your own. You truly believe it's the duty of the strong to protect the weak. So please, Lady Bargus, please don't be so hard on yourself. You were just as noble a knight as Bogart said you were. I see. So you were there with Bogart when he died. Tell me, what do you think of him? Was he a good lord? He was a wonderful lord. He did everything he could to help Sheffield and Norwich up to his dying breath. I may be a member of Chaldea, but here in the land of the Fae, I like to think myself as a knight of Sheffield as well. That's how much the people I met there meant to me. I see. I expect no less from the old hardhead. He's always been surprisingly considerate. He was also a huge womanizer. That's one thing Woodrose never had over him. Really? I had no idea Bogart was so popular. Oh yes. His plain-spoken nature had a way of cutting straight to the fairies' hearts, even if he didn't mean to. How else would he have had married 61 times? Good point. In retrospect, that does explain a number of things. The same is true for you, Galahad. Ah, right. You said your name was Mash, didn't you? I will be undergoing a court-martial once Camelot's affairs are in order. But after hearing your words, even a century in prison will pass easily. Thank you, young knight of proper human history, honorable knight of the true Round Table. Were it possible, I would have loved to meet the other knights of the Round Table. Really? Like who? Good question. Maybe Sir Gawain? No, never mind. I know my emotions would get the better of me. But I'd also love to meet Sir Palmides, Sir Tristan, and Sir Kay, who is said to be the tallest of the knights. Well, as a matter of fact, you've already met one of them. Senpai told me all about it. Remember that knight who held you back at the ranch? That was Sir Tristan. What? Really? Tristan, the Child of Sadness? That Tristan? That's right. Though I suppose he may not have made a strong impression. Oh no, he did. I would never forget the sheer mastery of the bow he demonstrated. It's just that... what have I done? How could I ever hope to make amends? You beat him in a fair and honorable duel, right? I'm sure there won't be any hard feelings on Tristan's parts. Although, I am curious, why are you so attached to the Knights of the Round Table? It seems there's more to it than just the name Morgan gifted you with. Alright, you are a fellow woman and knight, so I suppose I don't mind sharing with you. Well, it goes without saying that they're all very attractive. I especially look up to them because of their stories. Despite all the personal problems they faced, in the end, they always chose to stick together and protect their kingdom. They were the very model of a strong and honorable knight fighting in defense of the weak. I don't know what I would have done without their example to guide me. They made me want the same thing for Fairy Bryn. Even though, ultimately, it was you and your companions who accomplished what I could not. I'd like you to give the foreign mage a message for me. Please tell him thank you for supporting our world. No, for supporting the Child of Prophecy. As nights go, I may be a disgrace, but I will never forget the debt I owe him. If ever he should have need of my horn, all he needs to do is say the word.
She really said that, huh?
Yes, it's unfortunate that we first met her as an enemy. I hope from now on, we can help each other instead.
Don't worry. Burris may be readying herself for jail, but there's no way Knocknarab is gonna let her see the inside of a cell. There ain't anyone else around who knows the fairies of Camelot as well as she does. If Knocknarab's gonna rule efficiently, she's gonna need the right hand she can trust.
You're heading out, Grimaire.
Just a little errand I need to take care of. I'm gonna see how Knocknarab's doing. The Northern Fairies have never been to Salisbury or the Great Cathedral before, right? So I figure they could use all the help they can get. Seeing how the coronation's tomorrow.
Oh, right. I forgot you have all the first Grimoire's knowledge. Well, thanks for helping that joke out. This will be her greatest opportunity to shine yet. There's no more here or here. That's strange. I could have already got them all, right? Hello? Is anyone still there? Is anyone still alive? Out. You out if you are, okay? Just say something, please. Lady Meridian, I don't think there's anyone left in that box. Perhaps it's time you moved on. Who's there? Oh, Koinskaya, it's you. When did you get here? Did you just get back? Just give me a minute to wash my hands, okay? They feel so gross for some reason. Weird, don't you think? Take that, and that, and that. You can't hide from me. Not in the woods, not anywhere. Die, die, die! I want to see you running in panic, wailing for someone to save you before I grind you to paste. Huh. Are you freaking kidding me? How is this supposed to be fun? It's gross. It's disgusting. How the hell can you fairies enjoy this? Answer me, you disgusting insects. You started this, right? Why did you do this? Why are you begging for help now? If you know how awful it feels, then why didn't you spare the Wing Clan when we begged you to? Who's there? Pardon my intrusion, Lady Merlion. Did I startle you? Oh, Koinskaya, when did you get here? I haven't seen you around lately. Have you been in town long? Oh, but never mind that. Listen, I've come up with the very best idea for revenge. I'm going to use my game board to make an escapable bug trap. It'll take me hundreds of years to create an open world big enough to finish off the whole Fang clan. But that's okay. I can wait. I'm the Butterbur Princess. The most patient of all the Wing Clan fairies. I swear I'll complete it, no matter how difficult it may be. After all, just imagine how good it'll feel to take my revenge when it finally happens. It's going to be the greatest moment of my life, and I'm going to devote everything I have to making it happen. It's going to be great. What could go wrong? Oh, Lady Merlion. Her poor mind. It just can't accept the dull reality. So, how are things at Camelot? Is Queen Morgan really gone? Yes, she is. Morgan was put to death, and the rebel army now controls the city. There's going to be a coronation to mark the reign of the new queen tomorrow. Once that happens, it's only a matter of time until the new law of the land reaches Gloucester as well. And if the truth about what happens to the Fang Clan ever comes to light, I'm afraid it could put you in a precarious position, Lady Merlion. Huh? Something happened to the Fang Clan? Oh well, never mind that. Right now, we need to focus on Camelot. I never thought Altria would relinquish her claim to the throne so easily. I was hoping she and Knocknarab would end up taking each other down, but oh well. Still, it's a good thing there's going to be a new queen soon. There's no time to waste before the Great Calamity shows up after all. Knocknarab is a direct descendant of Mab, so she should understand how important that throne is. I'll contact her soon and arrange an alliance between Camelot and Gloucester. Once the threat of the Great Calamity has passed, then I'll find a way to overthrow her. Right now, our priority is ensuring Britain's survival. I can wait to invite our mutual enemy property in history, Chaldea, to my garden until then. Oh my, you're going to go to war with Chaldea, Lady Merlion? And here I thought you didn't have any interest in them. I didn't at first. But it's obvious now that property in history is a threat to this land. And they're your enemies as well, right? So that makes them mine too. But first, Knocknarab. I'm going to start by writing her a letter asking her to kick the Round Table army out of Camelot as soon as she's officially the new queen. There's no way I'm letting Chaldea have a sacred land. They all belong to Fairy Britain. Anyway, once I'm done writing it, would you deliver the letter for me? I used to have Oberon handle this sort of thing, but I haven't been able to reach him lately. Very well then. I'll be glad to attend the coronation on your behalf. But if I may, Lady Merlion, what are you going to do afterwards? You really need to get out of this room before it starts to affect your health. Huh? I have a lot of reading left to do. There is so much Morgan suppressed during her reign. How did she stop the Great Calamity before? And for that matter, what is the Great Calamity? I just know the answer to those and other questions must be in the documents I took from Camelot. And if that information is written down somewhere, I'm positive I can decipher it. I'm going to find out the truth as sure as I'm the Butterbur Princess. More interlude. There you have it. She said to give you her regards.
and that she's looking forward to your coronation, you jerk.
Is that so? Well, forgive me for not jumping for joy at being congratulated by a gutless coward who turned and ran away at the last second.
You're still mad about that? It's not like Ultra ran from her competition with you. If anything, it's the opposite. She stepped back of her own accord so you wouldn't get caught up in her mission as the Fairy of Paradise.
I know that. Why do you think I'm so pissed off? After all that, she's going to disappear and let me have all the glory? She thinks she can save the bloody world when no one's looking and quit while she's ahead? Not on my watch, she won't. That's no different from the crap Morgan pulled. Just you wait. As soon as I'm on the throne, I'm going to begin a child prophecy hunt that'll put Morgan to shame. I'm going to find her wherever she goes, even if I have to invade this paradise place she's from.
Now who's acting like Morgan? Alright, but be warned, that ain't an easy path to be taking. Interfering with Paradise's duty means fighting proper human history. It'd be a pity to bring a whole kind of war to Britain after finally bring peace to it.
Fine with me. More than fine, even. I haven't had any intention of playing nice with proper human history. I'm not as extreme as Morgan, but still basically a foreign land, right? Knowing there's more land out there waiting to be conquered is the best news I've heard in my life. My purpose is to rule. The more there is to rule, the happier I am. I can feel my magical energy surging just thinking about it.
Looks like the idea of fighting proper human history really does entice you. If you're so certain, I won't try to stop you. Either way, it's going to take time to get Fairy Britain back on its feet, and Kalia will probably finish their mission by then. You really okay with Baron Draco leaving?
Oh sure, it'll be sad to part ways for a while. But if anything, I think this is destiny. Once I'm ready to conquer proper human history, I'll be a way better queen than Morgan ever was. So once he sees what an amazing fairy I am, he won't be able to resist going out with me.
Looks like you're dead set on getting everything you want. Not that I expect otherwise from you. Plus, you're already obsessed with Camelot's throne. Don't damage it no matter what, eh? When you get right down to it, a throne's just a fancy chair. But you were dead set on that particular one. Same with Morgan. She refused to leave it no matter what. Why is that? You know something about it?
Okay, I guess I can tell you. Morgan's throne is the cornerstone of all Britain. It's what keeps the fairy's cycle alive. It's the gear that keeps the life of every fairy who died in the end of the Fae era in motion. Its false round table ass created after she completed her pilgrimage and chose to defy her duty. It's the throne of a master. Whoever bonds with that throne becomes the master of Britain's fairies. Morgan used it in a desperate attempt to summon the fairies of Fairy Britain and keep them alive. My predecessor, Queen Mab, learned about this in the era of the High Queen 400, during her last one-on-one battle with Morgan. The only fairies who weren't wiped out during the Fae era's Great Calamity was Mab, the clan leaders, and a handful of upper-class fairies. Mab had no reason to submit to Morgan's rule because she wasn't one of the fairies Morgan brought back to life. But she also couldn't keep fighting with her once she found out how far Morgan had gone to keep Britain alive. So Mab and Morgan made a secret arrangement. They agreed that if Morgan should ever decline and fall, the King clan would be the one to succeed her.
Gotcha. In other words, do what you want, and I'll clean out the mess.
That's right. They were friends, in their own way. After that, Mab retired to Edinburgh. Her part of the deal was to produce a new queen who could take over for Morgan by the time she declined. That's the duty I inherited from my predecessor. I'm her daughter, her next generation born for the sole purpose of becoming queen. Whatever else I do with my life will have to wait until I've taken care of that. I just wish it hadn't come about in such a half-assed fashion. But fine, whatever. As soon as the coronation is over, I'm going to rush right to the throne and take over from Morgan. Well, not that there was ever any other option. Now that Morgan's gone, I'm the only one with a spirit origin capable of forming contracts with every fairy in Britain. Ultra simply doesn't quite have what it takes. That's just how it is.
For sure. It's all like Ansel prophesied. The Child of Prophecy will pave the way, and then the true king will appear. So the Child of Prophecy and the true king were always two separate fairies. That prophecy is about both of you. If you already know that much, I don't have anything else to tell you. Later, Knocknarab. We'll have to fight each other some other day. We'll have to fight each other someday, since you're from this Lost Belt and not from proper human history. But we can forget about that, at least for the next few days. Tomorrow's your big day. As Grimir the Sage, I'll be there to bless you as best I can. The apocalypse turned everything to ocean. In the beginning, there was only ocean. Shooting stars streaked by, civilizations faded, the earth was returned to resources, and everything became ocean. Some mishap on this planet caused everything to vanish. This is the Isle's dying voice, the sound of suffering from one yet to be put out of his misery. Salisbury, we're off to grand old Salisbury.
It's the start of a new era. A new queen shall reign.
Will it be the Child of Prophecy? The child of the queen? We don't know, but as long as she does a good job as queen, it's all the same to us. Come on, let's hurry to the coronation. Goodbye, merciless Morgan.
Hold on, everyone. Look over there. There's the Moors on that hill looking at us.
Just one? That's no big deal. All we have to do is keep our distance. Britain's about to be reborn. I wonder what the new queen will do with it. Uh-oh. Soon, the time will be upon us. The number of Moors has exceeded the number of fairies. Having had a sacrifice which pleases him, a god has begun to stir. The way I see it, the whole point of reality is that there are no takebacks. We do things knowing they'll make matters worse. By the time we realize what we've done, it's too late. Then we seal away any who try to reveal our actions for the misdeeds they were. Whose fault is it? No one's, of course. And that is why it's not possible to make things better. I've heard you've been going out. You've heard of going out with a bang? I think that's a wonderful idea. If you're going to go out anyway, you might as well make the biggest bang you can. The end. Coronation.
Good morning, everyone! It's Coronation Day! Now come on, wake up! We need to get to the cathedral before it gets too crowded.
I don't think we need to worry about that. We've already got special seats put aside for us. Plus, the coronation should only take an hour. Have you all thought about what you'll do afterwards?
Senpai, Da Vinci and I are going to wait for Percival. That way, we can help him transport the sacred lands. I'm going back to the Welsh woods to tell them my journey was a success. After that, I think I'd like to help the recovery effort in Londinium until things settle down there.
Good idea. Once I see things are in order there, that's when I'll know my job's done. The bit about making sure Morgan's defeated is done at this point. So once your journey comes to a complete end, I'll be able to put Bryn behind me with a clean conscience.
Huh? You mean you have a home of your own, Marasa?
Of course I do. I am vagrant, you know. I'm actually something of a royal assistant, believe it or not. Plus, I still got a weird colleague waiting for me to get back. Can't up and quit for no good reason.
Too bad. I'd love to recruit you to our side, but I know you're not the kind of to break your existing commitments. So realistically, just agreeing to a truce while we're all still in Britain is more than enough. By the way, what about Habitrot? Is she still holed up in her room?
Yep. She said she's too tired to do anything but sleep, and to go enjoy the coronation without her.
Maybe we should go check on her again, just to make sure.
No, that's okay. I'll go.
You have chosen to be a dream. You have chosen a path that will prevent you from existing in my Britain. Oops. The only time you will have is the period between when she first arrives and when she is sent back in time with my water mirror. Remember this, Totorot. Your dream will end when the morning lark sings.
How you feeling, Happy Cat?
Huh? You went to the trouble of checking on me. Wow, you really are a good person, aren't you, Bear Draco? But don't worry about me. Go on, get going. Everyone's gotta be waiting for you outside. I'm just tired, okay? I'll be fine once I've properly woken up. But, are you really okay with this? Okay, what? You got some reason to be worried about me. What, you think I've got secrets? A secret? You think I'm actually one of the most important fairies in the Fae world or something? Oh, well, I actually don't know anything about your past. Right? Good. If even a single person knew who I was, it'd put me in a real pickle. So it's fine not to remember me. I just have one or two things left to do after all. But thanks for asking, yeah. It's still too soon to say goodbye, but I appreciate you checking in. Make sure you and Mash look out for each other, Bell Draco. You turned out to be a pretty great groom in your own right. Oh, you. I can't believe Da Vinci's is going home. Although, where is her home anyway? What's the outside world? What is there outside Britain? Is her condition going to improve if she goes there? If it does, then that's a good thing, right? This is the worst. What am I gonna do? Why does she have to just leave? Why
Why does she have to leave just when every day was starting to get fun? You can't do this to me. You can't take Benji away from me now. Without her here, I'll just go back to being my boring old self. What can I do? What can I do to make Benji stay? Man, really just cranking up the Yandere vibes, huh?
We're here. Oh gosh, I've never seen so many upper-class fairies all in one place before. Look, up on the second floor, there's Aurora and Spriggan in the VIP seats, and a whole bunch of other famous fairies too. But hey, we're kind of big deals too. I might have relinquished my claim to the throne, but I was still one of the key players in the assault on Camelot. Our seats must be at the very front of the... Huh? They're all full. Let me see. It looks like our seats are on the first floor. All the way in the back. These are like the seats you give to a friend of a friend if there's any left over, right?
I'm sure she gave us these seats so we wouldn't draw too much attention. Oh good, you're all sitting here too. Percival? I thought you were in Camelot. Yes, well, that was my original intention, but Lady Barkus insisted otherwise.
Let me guess. She said it would be ridiculous for the commander of the Round Table Army not to attend, and that she could easily handle things while you were away?
Got in one. Verbatim, even. She did also say to give you her regards, though.
She really is a thoughtful guardian knight, isn't she? I'm fully in favor of you being here, too. Oh, how's removing the sacred lands coming along? If you need help with it, I can always come back with you to Camelot once this is over.
No need to worry, it's coming along great. It should be done by noon today, and the lands should arrive in Salisbury by tomorrow night.
Awesome! I don't know if a sacred lance made by Morgan is something we can actually use ourselves. But even if we can't, it'll be an invaluable divine construct just as a reference. Thanks again, Percival. Quiet everyone. Knock-no-Rab's here.
Whoa, she looks beautiful.
I know. I can hardly tear my eyes away from her. Don't you think she looks beautiful, Altria? Yeah, I do. Damn it, Knock-no-Rab. I hate to admit it, but you're the best.
Good day, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Temporary though my position may be, it is my honor to lead this coronation ceremony on behalf of the Six Clans. Lady Knock-no-Rab is of the King Clan, our new ruler who will surely lead Britain to a more prosperous future. Please make your way to the cathedral altar and the coronation pedestal.
It's begun. It's a very solemn affair, isn't it? So that crown has been blessed by all 6 clans, and once Knock-no-Rab puts it on, that means that will mean she's officially become queen. Yep, pretty simple as far as ceremonies go. And since the clans have already come to a consensus, there shouldn't be anyone opposed to... Hey...
Here, everyone, these goblets are for you. The moment the blessing is complete, you're to drink this wine to celebrate. Whoa, wine!
Are you going to drink that, Senpai?
I can't drink wine, but I can at least pretend.
Understood. Then I'll follow your lead. I would too. I would too, then. I'm not really much for wine anyway. Really? Guess I'll toe the party line then.
I, don't care much for wine either, so... Alright, I can see where this is going.
Now, let us offer our blessings to celebrate the beginning of our new queen's reign. Knocknarab, our new queen, please attest to your impartiality, your diligence, your commitment to coexistence, and your integrity. Very well. As the Fairy of Britain, I swear to be impartial in all matters. As the head of the Northern Fairies, I will continue to be diligent. As the fairy entrusted to rule by the Child of Prophecy, I believe firmly in coexistence. And as the daughter of the great Queen Mab, I promise my entire life will be one of...
Objection! You can't trust a single word she says! Knocknarab is evil. The Northern Fairies have no place in Britain.
Who said that? Show yourselves. Huh? But you're... my subjects.
We attest that Knocknarab has no right to rule. And we are prepared to tell you all about the atrocities she has committed. Her reign in the north was a nightmare. Every fairy she shares her blood with becomes her slave and loses the ability to refuse her. She controls every aspect of our lives, makes army service mandatory, and even takes away our original fairy professions. And that's not all. My brother and I were both infected with Moore's disease. We only went to Edinburgh and became Knocknarab's subjects because we heard it could be treated there. But the truth was horrifying. Her treatment was transferring our Moore's curse to fairies she deemed worthless, condemning them to death. I was lucky enough to survive. But my poor brother was given a Moore's curse from several other fairies, turning into not just a hideous monster, but one of Knocknarab's giant soldier slaves. Wow. Oh.
And what's wrong with that? Every one of those fairies knew exactly what they were signing up for. They volunteered of their own free will to sacrifice their bodies when they were already on the verge of death, so they could save their fellow fairies and help defeat Morgan. I also gave each and every one of them rewards to suit their sacrifice. They weren't being exploited in any way, shape, or form.
And what about what's underneath the Queen City? How do you explain the horrible system?
You.
Hear me, everyone! Let me tell you about Queen Mab and Knocknarab's secret betrayal of Britain. You probably all think Queen Mab is dead, but the truth is, she's still alive. Do you know why Edinburgh is known as the Queen City? It's because Mab transformed her own corpse into the city, where it continues to function today. But for what purpose, you may ask? It disgusts me to say, but I'll plow us through. Mab planned to consume the bodies of other dead fairies to expand her city and create a stronger version of herself. And the result is Knocknarab. Knocknarab the Corpse Golem. I trust you understand now why the landmass in the north never actually grew. It's been 1,500 years since Edinburgh was first made. In all that time, instead of fairy bodies growing Britain's landmass, they all went to the creation of the woman you see before you. What else could you call that but a betrayal of our land? How dare they call themselves the King Clan? The truth is, Mab and Knocknarab sees us British fairies as no more than food for their own consumption.
Betrayal? You have no idea what Mab put herself through for your sakes. This land can't exist without a fairy strong enough to sustain every other fairy. That's the only reason Mab became a city of all things. Fine, if you want to know the truth so badly, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason British fairies are still alive today after being wiped out once before. I'll tell you the truth behind the Britain we inherit from Queen Mor-
Lady Knocknarab, that's impossible! Why is she coughing up blood? Damn it! Somebody stop those insolent bastards already! What are the guards do? Yeah! There! You see? Now that her sins have been exposed, they couldn't bear the weight of their shame. Now your chance, guards. Bring Knocknarab to justice! Don't let the false queen get away with this! We can't let the Northern Fairy Queen of all people take the throne, especially when there's someone else much better suited for it. Altria!
The hell do you think you're all doing?
Two NPC servants. Oh. Okay, I actually didn't expect. Was an archer. Still kind of debating if I should, 10-10-10 Artoria. Latoria. Do fairies count as evil? I think they're pretty evil. How many archers and how many lancers? That's the question. Guess they're just bringing like a neutral. Bonsi, Bonsi, give me that Bonsi. Alright, this should be fine. Probably. Not terrible. Oh, it's only one wave. Yeah, it should be fine. I want stars. Really? You couldn't get all the stars? Do casters have that high of a star weight? I honestly don't know. But we should be able to kill the Lancer at least. Especially after the steroid. It would be awesome if we could kill the Archer, but I kinda doubt we do a 100k like that. We had 70k though. That was impressive. Woo! Fuck it. Really? No crits? Wow, he just keeps going for Q, huh? Wickerman. Finish off with... I'm pretty sure Artorias does more damage than Ku does. Yeah, the 3K, which is a thing.
いい具合の焼き加減だろ。
Oh shit, I actually didn't notice that Idol X got her max spawn. Whoops.
I realized what was happening as soon as I finished drinking that wine from in my goblet. The wine they were passing out had been poisoned. At least, the wine given to me, the Northern Fairies, and Altria's group. I'll be fine. I would have kicked the bucket a long time ago if my body couldn't handle a little poison. But I doubt Altria and Baron Draco can say the same. I took a casual look at the back row and saw that none of them had touched their goblets. I don't know why that is, probably just a coincidence. But at least I knew they were safe. I can't imagine Altria would have caught on, so it must have been Baron Draco's idea not to drink any. The Northern Fairies here are all my long-serving subjects, so their connection to me is strong. They should be able to handle the poison as well as I can, so I'll pretend nothing is wrong and let the coronation proceed. There's no way I'm letting anyone spoil things now. There's no telling when the Great Calamity could begin. Britain needs a new king as soon as possible. There's no question who tried to poison us, but I guess things just aren't going to go their way. Sucks to be the...
You can't trust a single word she says. Dr. Rob's evil. The Northern Fairies have no place in Britain.
But the second I saw which fairies were raising objections, I knew I was in trouble. The fact that members of my own clan were denouncing me meant that the enemy had prepared much better than I thought. I felt fine at first, but then I started to grow numb. I could feel my fingers losing their strength, and my throat and organs burning as if on fire. These aren't the only self-proclaimed King Clan fairies denouncing me. Similar denunciations must be taking place all across Britain. My subjects' loyalty to me is both my greatest weapon and my biggest weakness. If I lose their loyalty, I lose the power I shared with them, too. In an instant, I lost over half my power. I could tell as soon as it happened. The poison, which I had been able to shrug off earlier, starts to kick in, causing my oldest subjects to collapse. Normally, the guards' spears would only tickle me. Now they pierce my stomach and punch out through my back. Ah, man, I guess I was more immature than I realized. I must have been so excited about finally getting to wear that dress that I didn't notice until it was too late.
Hey, the Child of Prophecy attacked the Cathedral Guards. I knew it. I knew the Child of Prophecy and Knocked Around were in cahoots all along. This is the true face of the Fairy of Paradise and the descendant of the Northern Fairies. What a blood-curdling team they make. This is why we can't trust anyone but British fairies. Quickly, someone got rid of... Someone's got to... Oh, wow. Quickly, someone's got to rid us of these outsiders once and for... Ah, what was that? Shut up and get out of here, or the next one roasts you alive.
Knock-Norab! Knock-Norab! No, no, come on, Knock-Norab! Don't give up on me! What's going on? Why doesn't she stop bleeding? Why aren't her wounds closing? What's wrong with you, Knock-Norab? These should be just be little scratches for you. She's not generating nearly as much magical energy anymore. It's almost like her spirit origin is shrinking. No, wait. Is she reverting to a child? Come on, Knock-Norab. Wake up already. You're going to be queen, right? That's what you've been working towards all this time, right? You're supposed to be looking down on your nose at me and laughing like you always do. Come on, you big jerk. Uh-oh. Was I sleeping? Dr. Lab, you awake? Oh, thank goodness. Hang on, I'll treat you right away. Oh, no, that's okay. I'm okay. I'm used to this kind of thing. Huh, that's weird. I, I, I know your face. I always remembered it when things were hard. You're my rival. Yeah. But I'm sorry. It's strange. I know I know you. But I don't know your name. I'm not sure what's going on. What is this place? Oh, right. Knocknarab. I have a very, very important... Huh? What was my duty again? That's weird. I keep forgetting things. Oh, right. It's because I gave it to so many other fairies. I guess I didn't have any intelligence of my own left over. What are you saying, Knocknarab? Give it all away. Everything. You gave away your magical energy, your miracles, even your intelligence. You used it all up to get here. All for those ungrateful fairies. For this awful Britain. Sorry. Please, don't cry, stranger. I still know who you are. You were always my guide. As long as I follow your light, I know I can always find my way home. Don't give me that. Come on, cut it out. Besides, we haven't had a rematch yet, right? You still need to fight me. And once you're your queen, you're going to have a great romance, right? You haven't even taken the first step yet. So come on, Knocknarab. You can't give up now. That's not true. I beat you. There too, stranger. I already had a taste of love. It was really, really lovely. And once the ceremony is done, I'm going to make him mine. It'll be way harder than becoming queen. Wait, hold on, Knocknarab. Don't disappear on me. I told you, you can't give up now. I never would have made it this far if I hadn't met you. If I lose you too, I don't. Liar, you'd never give up that easily. You're too stubborn. Even if you're all alone, I'm sure you'll find your star. She's dead.
I took care of the guards who pulled their swords on us. The other spectators all fled. Did Spriggan do this? Nah, he ran off in a panic soon as things started going south. I don't like it. It ain't just arguing I hear out there. Those fairies are killing each other. And here I thought fairies didn't fight if they weren't part of an army. I think the fairies of Salisbury are probably trying to get rid of the northern fairies. I don't know how much of an effect those King Clan fairies' testimonies had. But now I'm afraid Lady Knocknarab isn't here to stop them anymore. Now the southern fairies just feel justified in attacking Edinburgh. and the Northern Fairies who still consider themselves the King Clan will fight to avenge Lady Knocknerab's death. The way things are going now, Britain will be consumed in civil war again. What a terrible waste.
Yes, this was supposed to be the start of a new era, with a benevolent new king leading the way. Instead, it's just like what happened with the coronation at Londinium?
Sorry, but we'll have to pick up the discussions later. With clear heads. Those guards have got the cathedral completely surrounded. We've got to figure out a way out of here before they come for us, too. No way. Don't tell me they're after Altria, too.
Whoever did this just assassinated the Northern Queen, who managed to conquer Camelot. I don't know what charges they'll level at me, but I'm definitely up next on their list. My guess is some nonsense about me conspiring with Knocknerab to take Berlin for myself or something. No, on second thought, I doubt there's a fairy in Britain who isn't already dying to kill me.
That ain't it. Whoever poisoned that wine had no idea what the fairy paradise's mission is. If they had, they'd never have killed Knocknerab. She was the only one who could have saved Britain, or rather, its fairies. And now her assassin just killed the last hope they had of survival, which I doubt they realize. But never mind that. What are you going to do now, Altria? You going to follow Knocknerab to the grave, or are you going to pick up where you left off? I'm a reasonable guy. Just this once, I'll respect whatever you decide.
Where she left off? That's far enough, Child Prophecy, Foreign Mage. Lay down your weapons and surrender. You stand accused of murdering Lady Knocknerab. We've received testimony from many different fairies that you not only interfered with the coronation, you also murdered the guards who tried to stop you. As the head of Salisbury Security, I am placing you under arrest.
Arrest? What are you saying, Lady Coral? We obviously caught them red-handed. The Child Prophecy deceived us. The Foreign Mage can't be trusted, and Percival of the Round Table Army has instigated the whole thing. We can't let them leave here alive. Let's just cut them down now and stick their heads and pikes in the town square. That should calm things down.
Absolutely not. Testimony alone cannot be taken as facts. They have a right to share their side of the story. As the Wind Clan, we must strive for impartiality. What do you think you're doing?
Come on, let's get them. But don't go easy on them just because we outnumber them. They managed to survive a fight against Morgan. They gotta be tougher than the Londinium soldiers. Fight back if you want, but any resistance will be taken as a confession of your guilt. But if the three of you give yourselves up, we will let the other fairies live. So what'll it be? All you dead, or just three of you? Go ahead, the choice is yours. How? This is custom-made mithril armor. Shut up. We don't have time for this crap.
You just killed more guards.
If you want to run for it, go ahead. You seem like the reasonable sort. I don't see any reason to burn you too.
Cucullin! You blocked my attack? Of course I did. Such a cowardly sneak attack doesn't hold a candle to the real Lancelot. Melsine? You're here too? Then the one responsible for all this must be... Shut up, Coral. It's not my job to keep you safe. My job is to neutralize the Child Prophecy and the Chaldeans. You can handle the aftermath how you like, as far as I'm concerned. Turn them into rabbits, strangle them, imprison them. It doesn't matter to me. Oh, but I will say this. I wouldn't go outside for the next few hours if I were you. The city's erupted in fighting. You wouldn't last 2 seconds out there.
And now Lancelot, huh? Just what we needed. We might be able to take her if we all face her together, but... Audra is still in shock. Without her protection, we'd probably lose at least 1 or 2. There's no need for that. I can handle Lancelot myself. Go on, everyone. Now's your chance to escape. I'll meet you at the usual spot outside the city.
Huh? What are you saying, Percival? I only need to take care of the child prophecy and the Chaldeans. You have nothing to do with...
Oh, yes I do. They're my comrades. I've trusted my life to them in battle. Most of all, they're friends I admire and respect. I don't care if they're the fairy of paradise, or residents from the outside world, or even if they're from a different world altogether. None of that changes the fact that we've all lived and fought together. These people have done everything they can to follow the path they believe is right, and to help their comrades do the same. They've devoted themselves to that purpose, and I'm going to do everything I can to help them. That is what it means to be a knight. That is what the Round Table signifies. That is what I was taught at this very cathedral. I was raised to become a knight worthy of the Spear of Selection. To be a replacement for the Child of Prophecy if necessary.
That's right. Just because the reasons that brought you children here were tainted doesn't mean your spirits need to be tainted too. I'm so proud of the man you've grown into. That's why I don't want to lose you now. You've already used the Spear of Selection twice, once 6 years ago, and once again Woodrose. If you use it again,
I don't care. Besides, I still need to repay you for the blow you dealt to Lady Gareth. Even now, her bravery and spirit lives on in this spear. Tamlin Lancelot, if you insist on going by that name, even now that Morgan is gone, then I will show you no mercy. If you're going to repeat that terrible mistake, then I'll do everything in my power to correct it. Whew. Thank goodness. I don't know what we would have done if that hadn't worked. Did you really just talk her into retreating? Yes, Lancelot is actually much kinder than she seems. I knew there was an excellent chance she'd listen to reason if I made a compelling argument, so I took a calculated risk.
I don't know about you, Senpai, but that seemed more like a harsh scolding than a compelling argument to me.
There's no telling when she might come back, though. Either way, now's our best chance to escape. Come on, Ultria, Bear Draco. We've gotta find a way through the blockade and get out of the city. Okay, we should have enough time to finish this section. Because I think at 11 or at reset is an update for the Christmas event. And then I gotta rush the Christmas event as much as possible. It can't be only a week. That's BS.
What a wonderful knight Percival's become. He's honest, gentle, dependable, but I've never seen him so angry. He's actually the one who taught me what it means to be human, now that I think about it. I know. I know what I'm doing is foolish, but I just can't help it. Are those screams coming from around Salisbury? No, it's not just Salisbury. I hear them from all over. Gloucester, Oxford, Norwich. Are those moors? They're not just keeping to the forests and ravines. They're coming out of the plains and highways too. No, Wait. Fairies are turning into Moors on their own?
We've just received a tiding from Salisbury. Queen Knocked Her Up has been assassinated. Accusations from King Clan fairies have stoked resentment against Edinburgh. And now the Northern fairies and upper class fairies in the castle are fighting amongst themselves.
Those idiots! How could they let themselves be riled up like that without a shred of evidence? Where are they? I'll go silence them myself. You there, capture the fairies who are spreading the wind tiding. I'll slap them with the new administration's first charge of treason.
Emergency! A pack of Moors has appeared within the castle town limits. We've received a ton of incident reports from all over all over the city. We don't have enough soldiers to handle them all. What would you have us do, Your Excellency Acting Commander Vargas?
Don't call me Your Excellency. It makes me all twitchy. I mean... How could you let the Moors get inside? Hasn't the main gate been repaired by now?
Yes, ma'am, but there's no sign of them having entered from the outside. These Moors have been spontaneously appearing inside the city and making their way outside.
What? What about the Sacred Lance removal?
I'm afraid we haven't heard anything from that team for over an hour. And that's not all. All the fairies inside the castle are experiencing numbness in their lip. Dreamed? But the Moors didn't even touch him. What? What is this? It's coming from the pit.
What is that? They're not Moors. There's something more primal, more horrifying.
Acting Commander Vargas? Damn it! Here, give me your hand. We can get you away from the pit.
Don't worry about me. I can stand my own. You all need to get away from here. The pit is causing all these Moors to appear. They'll overrun the castle soon. Get to the plains while you still can. Tell all the other Round Table Army soldiers as well.
Yes, ma'am. But what about you? If we're going to run, you and the other fairies should come with.
Never mind me. Any fairy who could have gotten away has surely done so by now. Now go on. Leave and forget about Camelot. I'll hold the rear while you all make your escape. You only need to worry about survival. Dying out here is not an option.
Yes, ma'am. I know we'll be fine with Tamlin Vargas protecting us.
They really are good soldiers. Strong, earnest, friendly. The Round Table Army did an excellent job training them. My body feels hot. Is that the Moor's poison? No, wait. This is the cursed Queen Morgan who's keeping me at bay. Now that I'm no longer Gwaine, it's only a matter of time until I... No, not yet. There are things I need to do first. I have to save as many fairies and humans as I can. I'll defeat the Moors in the castle town myself, or I'll never be able to look the Chaldeans in the eye. That's right. As long as Baron Draco and the others are alive, hope is not yet lost. I can still save at least a handful of British fairies by helping them migrate, and I can get Adonis out of Britain. That's the reason I'm still alive.
You know, kind of sucks me never met Adonis. Terminus. 10 minutes. Maybe. Might be able to finish this off. Against Berserkers, so I guess we'll just MP our way to victory. And now that I've maxed out the Bondiver one. Okay, she has a battery, so I can use Imaginary Element. Ah, seriously? Man. Fine. Wait, who's single target? Well, X doesn't have a... X doesn't have a, what you call it? Battery. So I guess he's the most logical one not to have it. We made it. I don't know how, but we made it. Yeah, the fairies from the north and south were pretty busy fighting each other. No time for us. I figured it'd be easy to get out once we gave those cathedral guards a slip, but it wasn't that simple.
Yikes! They just closed the gates. We got out by the skin of our teeth. Wait, Habitat's still at the pub.
Ain't much we can do for her now that the gate's been closed. Not unless you plan on approaching from the sky, like Lancelot. But don't you worry, Habitat's tougher than she looks. And she's used to this kind of stuff. She's probably giving Mike orders and defending the pub, even as we speak. We can meet up with her once again once everything calms down. I give him like 4 different voices today. And it's not like you're all that close to Habitat anyway. Are you? So don't worry about her too much. She can take care of herself.
I guess you're right.
I'm concerned about Habitat too, but we've got more pressing matters to take care of. Now that there's been suspicion cast on Altria for the assassination of Naknarab. I mean, it's only a matter of time now until there's an all-out war between the northern and southern fairies. And since we teamed up with the north, all 6 clans are going to be out for us in the Round Table Army. Percival, you should head back to Londinium now and... Percival, you okay? You look really pale. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm just tired. I'd like to think this uproar is confined to Salisbury. But you're right, Lord Muramasa. Time is of the essence. We act now before...
Don't be ridiculous. You can hardly even breathe right now. You're not doing anything else until you get medical attention. We'll just have to find you a bed in Gloucester or some other nearby village. We can worry about what to do next after we take care of that.
What she said. We have to find somewhere you can rest. Not just yet. We've got some cleanup we need to do first. Looks like some Moors overheard the commotion. At least they'll be a lot easier to handle than the riot in Salisbury. Come on, let's take care of them and... Hang on. Why are there so many of them? Mash, Da Vinci, grab Percival and get him out. Get him to that forest over there. Hurry. Grimir, Bear Draco, Uldria, get ready to hold them off. We'll keep them busy for about 2 minutes, then we'll make a break for the forest ourselves. Oh, guess 99. Oh, that was a mistake. Ah, damn it. Man, I was pretty sure I could have killed them. I was wrong.
れがお任せよ。いいですね。タバネリの星の息吹、輝ける命の本流。
So the Moors aren't evil then? Because Latoria's steroid to give her bonus damage to evil targets. Oh, that's a lot more. 5 of them. I mean, not much I can freaking do.
ここでまっすぐ。
Hmm. Okie dokie. So, Caliburn, Roman Gonad, and then MP charge.
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのです。さあ、幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン。
Can't we get the kill? Probably not. Yeah, Royale steroid. Really would not mind getting her to MP2. Actually, I don't think she needs the steroid.
それがいいですね。突撃。この赤に星の希望、死を照らす命の証。決着をつけるぞ。エクスプレスカリバー。
Well. Cool. We killed on them. That was crazy! I'm sorry. I should have been the one to fight.
Never mind that. Just shut up and eat this. It's still my best dried fruit. It'll help you recover some of your strength.
Thank you, Altria. You really are a child of prophecy. You're one of the strongest, most honest people I've ever met. I knew I was right to wait for you, to believe that you'd come.
Whoa! There's a ton of Moors all over the highway, too! What the hell's going on here? How can we get anywhere like this?
Hey there, you two are. How are things looking at the other cities? Not bad, huh? Guess it's finally begun.
Lumiere?
We're not going to Gloucester or Londinium. There are Moors popping up all over the island. Every city's shut its gates. What's worse, all the fairies who are overcome with fear and all this mess are turning into Moors on their own. Nowhere in Britain's safe anymore. This is the beginning of the Great Calamity. Ooh, what a great cliffhanger to end that stream on. Ooh. Alright. It's time for the daily reset, so. And I'm pretty sure we have an event coming up. So yeah, it's probably going to be maintenance. So this is the end of the stream. So thank you everyone who joined me today. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye! super excited for next stream.